Hey, hey everybody, today we're going to go live with Cam Culver, one of the guests that I've been trying to get for a while. He's finally able to join us today, so I'm excited and hoping Cam will join us very shortly.
Hey,
There he is.
Jimmy.
How you doing, Cam?
Good. How are you?
Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks so much for having me. How's the weather out there in the Hamptons? It is.
Well, we're not doing
As
too
it
well.
is.
I don't know if you could see behind me, but it's raining all day. So
Yeah, I'll give you a little snapshot of the dreary day we're seeing here in New York, but it's okay. We are warm and active here inside.
Exactly. So I just wanted to jump into it and introduce you to everybody. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? I know you've been doing it for a while now, and I see you do big trades, doing $10 million deals all the time in the city. So why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So I am Cam Culver. I'm the head of Culver and Co. here at Argo. I've worked in real estate for about 6.5 years now, originally from Oklahoma, and I moved to New York after college. Did a short stint. Well, when I started, I actually was in the design field, and that's how I met a lot of my first big clients. I was working on a lot of commercial design projects. And as you know, design is a long process and a tedious process, and so people, there were long relationships built through that a lot of trust was built. And as I got my license, those people felt comfortable with me making real estate transactions, and a couple of my first transactions were big ones, like the penthouse at 10 Bond Street for 13 million, and a couple others. So I got through
Well,
that. I got,
that's a way to splash into the market, doing those
yeah,
$13 million
yeah.
dollar
I mean,
deal.
it was a lot of kind of people popping up and saying, "Who is this random guy?" Doing these deals, and got connected with Ryan and people that I worked with over the years, and built my business, built my business, built my business, and it was all really referral based. I mean, it was work really, really hard for people, knock it out of the park, and then they referred me to their friends. My business has always been very boutique, very private, and very just we see clients as lifetime clients. So we're doing one transaction with them, but helping them build portfolios and transactions that will grow with them through their life. So it's just kind of grown organically that way over
Yeah,
the years.
yeah, I mean, it's amazing to see everybody different ways how they get into the real estate world. I
Right.
got into it because of the business aspect, and it's nice to see somebody else get into it from a different angle. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, so obviously, right now, the city, everybody wants to know what's happening on the ground right now. I know you are boots on the ground. What's going on with the city market right now?
It's interesting. We're actually very, very busy. People are back. Great deals are happening. Our clients are thrilled with some of the deals that we've locked in for them over the last 2 to 3 months. Restaurants are full. People are excited to be out voting. There's an energy here. Um,
Well,
it's
there's a lot of value, right? I mean, there's opportunity, right?
huge opportunities. The deals that are happening are amazing. And actually, if you look at the year over year data, last month we had 2 weeks that were actually much, much higher year over year from the two years and 3 years previously.
Wow,
So,
I would have never
it's
thought that.
deals are happening. I think there's an element of people miss the city too. I mean, it's a timeline thing. I talk to people about that a lot. Our buyers that are looking to buy something and sell it in a year, 2 years, making a lot of transactions right now, not so much, but people that are thinking 5 years, 10 years down the road, it's an amazing time to buy with interest rates, with inventory, with negotiability. So yeah, we've been exceptionally busy. We've even seen that in the luxury space. We recently put a contract got a contract signed at 41 Great Jones, one of our projects, just under 10 million. We've been showing there around the clock, and I think people are interested in boutique. People are loving buildings that, post COVID, everyone's mind's working differently, right? But it's it's an exciting time. I think that we're going to see a lot of sales happen over the next 2 to 3 months.
And same thing with the rentals. Aren't people getting amazing deals on the rentals right now?
The rental market is insane. I mean, you can that is where I see more of like the crazy, crazy deals happening on the high end. Just because landlords don't want to sit. Landlords don't want to sit,
Yeah,
and
keeping it empty is
keeping it empty is the
just
worst
burning
case
money.
scenario. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's worst case scenario for them. So we are seeing, $20,000 leases go for 12,
Wow.
11. I myself just put my personal apartment into contract for sale, and I'm going to rent a super cool apartment in Soho for the year because I can, and because it's a great time to do that.
That's amazing. So
Yeah.
I wanted to get into more, like, obviously about you yourself. What separates yourself? How do you build your clientele? I have, 11 people who work for me now, and they're always constantly asking me, how do you build your clientele? How do you build your Rolodex? What's something that you might do that, you don't see others do it that probably would be very beneficial?
I think the biggest way that I've built my clientele is just going above and beyond when it comes to how we service our clients. I mean, each client that we have, we send a detailed report every week about what's happening in the market in relation to their listing. And I think that has really spoken for itself. My clients tell their friends, and then their friends say, that's not the experience that I had. That's not the attention to detail that I have. And we get on a call, and I think we become friends with them. I mean, our goal is not to have, our model, I think, fits COVID-19 times very well because our goal is not to have 300 clients at one time. Our goal is to have lifetime clients that we go through every step of the process with. And I think that for me, the level of detail and customer service, most agents would be shocked. Um, if a happy client is five more clients,
No,
right? So
exactly. That's true. And now that we're talking, you brought up COVID. What do you see? Like, how is it showing during COVID? I know out here in the very beginning, I was opening doors and letting them walk through themselves. But how are you dealing with that? Because it was very awkward. You don't get to point out a lot of the key features. You're not there, when the questions are answered. It's more like they walk outside, they ask the three questions, and they leave. So, what
right.
did do to, during COVID that might be a little bit different? And how was that process?
Showing styles have changed a lot. A lot of the times it will start with a virtual showing or a virtual walkthrough. People will scale down their list.
Hmm.
I think gone are the days where people will say, let's go look at 10 apartments on one day and, circle back to the ones that we like. So content, the images, the media resources that we put out are more important than ever. I think that is the first uh, opportunity to connect with the buyer most of the time these days. And then I think, we're being very, very careful. I mean, our office is set up to be socially distant. We have hands-free bathrooms. We're spread out throughout the office, so everybody has their own space. But showing has changed a lot. And I will say, I think when somebody does show up for an in-person showing, we have really upped the ante as far as, we're going to have a bottle of wine. We're going to make sure that it's a sunny day because most likely they've already done the virtual tour. They've already narrowed down the areas that they want to be in. And that's our moment to really sell them on
Yeah.
this is your home. So
And
it's just a different, it means something. I think it means more for people to actually come in person and see something these days. And we're doing a lot of vetting too, because of course you have a lot of competitive buyers who are out there, looking for the deal, looking for
yeah.
the hunt. And so we always want to remind people that the best deal is the best value, not always just the cheapest price.
Yeah.
And
And not
we're trying to be
20
respectful.
cents. Yeah.
Yes, and we're
20
trying to be
cents on
respectful
the
of our sellers too, because they're opening their homes and they're it's a time where people are nervous to do that, and so if someone's going to come and offer us 25% beneath the asking price, we probably shouldn't depending on the situation. But we're trying to be very respectful of everyone's, personal boundaries. And I think that means a lot to clients and buyers.
Have you seen? I've heard a couple deals out here. Like one guy on my team, he actually sold the house off a virtual tour, and I thought that was at a $4.2 million house, and you never stepped foot. I thought that was crazy. But have you seen any of that in the city?
We do. We have a couple. We've had a couple 1031s that we've done recently, where the clients are completely remote, whether it's Texas, Nashville, Palo Alto, and they're value buyers. So they're a lot of the times cash. As you know, it's become increasingly difficult to get investor loans for New York City right now. So if someone is a heavy liquid buyer, it's an amazing time to come into the city. And that's why it's important to work with somebody who really understands and gets what you're looking for long term, because we can narrow it down and say, this is a great building, this is a great neighborhood, these are your goals, and out of everything that's closed, this is the price per square foot. We can guarantee you're getting an incredible deal. And for those buyers, they're comfortable doing it sight unseen, which is kind of nerve-wracking, but it's the new, it's the times we're living in. And from an investment standpoint, I think they're looking at it more as you would, trade stocks or anything else, where you are more on the peripheral, but it makes sense. And another thing I wanted to mention, if you look at historical data, just because, everyone's kind of asking what's happening in Manhattan, where is this going, where does this land? The appreciation rates in Manhattan are still so far above 98, 99% of the rest of the country. Corrections are healthy. It's important so that you don't implode, that things correct themselves over time. But I think for people who have invested previously in New York and ridden out difficult times, there's only one New York City. And I think that if you look at the historical data, it will probably be back and be stronger than ever, in the years to come. So
Yeah, we heard the same story about '08, right? Nothing's
right.
ever coming back. The Hamptons are dead. The city's dead. And, we came back 2, 3 times over. So I believe the city will bounce back as well. And I got to run, but I wanted to thank you for coming on. And if anybody's looking to buy in the city, please reach out to Cam Culver, and he'll take care of you and find those value buys.
Thanks, guys. Jimmy, we'll see you in the Hamptons soon. Okay.
No, no problem. Talk to you soon.
All right. Take care. Bye.
Bye.